Happy Halloween, or day adjacent to Halloween, I'm hoping, as we are all recording, right now. We're talking about Ghost.
Happy
Ghosts.
Yeah. But,
All
Yeah,
right, we
we're
got that
talking
out of the
about
way.
ghosts.
mhm.
So ghosts.
What
They
even
are
is?
ghosts, goblins, and ghouls, all sorts.
No, not
Fucking
goblins.
not. What do you mean?
I'm talking about goblins. My
Well,
father was a
honestly,
goblin, you know this.
I think ghosts are pretty neat.
Mhm.
In the D&D setting, I think there's like, because obviously there's a bunch of different variations of undead. Because like other things that come to mind that are ghost like is you have like fucking, you got banshees. That's another one. You got fucking
Banshees.
you got fucking specters, wraiths.
Shadows.
Shadows.
I don't know. Are
technically.
will-o-wisp ghosts fucking
I think they are undead. They should be fae.
Let me check.
And so
I
should
got the
banshees.
monster manual on
Banshees
me.
should not be undead.
Yeah, they're tiny
banshees
undead.
Yeah,
because
little undead
banshees,
boy.
I know why banshees are undead in D&D sake, off of the reason of like, I think the story was something like, oh, there was a elf woman that was like really fucking beautiful, but she was like, I don't know, she had like an ugly heart or something like that, and she got like
Her beauty
cursed.
for evil.
Just like my
Yeah, she
ex.
used she started fucking taking she started a pay pig business. She and
Not
then
like my
I
ex.
don't know, it was something where like she ran into like a well to drown herself, and then she turned into a banshee.
I don't know
Um,
that was the lore. I'm
that
working
was
on
like
a
a D&D
20-minute
lore.
video
I've
about banshees right now, and I didn't
really
find that.
hold
Yeah,
on, because now I have to look this
Huh.
up because I
don't do
know
this
that
to
it's
me.
a
Don't make
D&D
me add to
specific.
the
Yeah,
script.
it's banshees
Right.
are undead remnants of elves who, blessed with great beauty, failed to use their beauty as a
Their
gift to
beauty for
bring the
good.
joy to
So
the
fucking
world.
stupid.
Instead, they used their beauty to corrupt and control others. Elves afflicted by Banshee's curse experience no gladness, feeling only distress in the presence of the living. As the curse takes its toll, their minds and bodies begin to decay until death
I've read
completely
those words 18 times this week.
until death
There's
completely completes their transformation into undead monsters. That is interesting, huh?
Very
Shoot,
silly.
I wish we
yeah,
knew. Wish we
You were
knew that
pretty
for a
and you
curse
didn't use
video.
it to help people. Oh yeah.
yeah, because
Yeah, the
there's like a
curse is
lot of.
funky.
I remember looking into it a long time back, and there was a lot of really interesting stuff with it. We don't have to get like, well, I mean, it is the fucking ghost episode. This is like related to
Yeah.
it. This is just more so like, I'm like only now remembering banshees, and I was like, fuck, I should have looked this up before this. But yeah, basically that's why banshees tend to be represented as having like elf ears and shit in a lot of the
Yeah.
artwork, because they don't have to be an elf, obviously, because the original lore, like the
No, they do.
actual real world lore. Oh, are
Do you
they?
know the real world lore?
No, hit me with it.
The word banshee means fairy woman or woman of the fairy mound.
Okay.
So
Oh,
she,
Nope.
spelled like Sid or City, just means anything that comes from Fae. So you have Kate Sith, who's Kate She, the little cat fairy king, and then you have what's the dog fairy called? Well, that's not gonna fucking help me.
The Pokemon one's the only one that came to my mind. But that's great, man.
Kushi, the Kushi.
Coochie.
So yeah, the Kuchi. She just means anything that is related to fairies, and bean means woman. So banshees is technically incorrect, and I say this in my video. It's like a whole thing I explore. The correct one is Manashi, which means women fairies.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay, that's
it's weird,
interesting.
but
Well, that
they got converted into ghosts just because the only stories surrounding them involve them crying over dead people and being very aware
I
of and in tune with other
see.
people's death.
So that is basically how it gets jumbled up into D&D lore.
Yeah,
It is the ghost of an elven woman because she's like very
exactly.
adjacent. And okay, that makes sense. I like that.
I like
But
it too.
yeah, that's basically why like banshees are the way that they fucking are, is or at least in D&D. is basically it was like something of like elven woman got cursed or some shit, and she was like evil as fuck or something. And sorry for not like the cleanest thing of this, but they have like cool ass shit going on with them. Like,
Yeah.
They
I
have one of the strongest
really
abilities in the game, but they are not
yes.
ghosts. Also, they got rid of both the original lore, the fact that they're women, and they weakened the scream in the new edition.
I don't like that. I find
No.
that pretty lame because I
Yeah.
think this is why I like rolling with, because I have used banshee abilities for other creatures before because
Yeah.
they're cool, but
Mhm.
I like the lore of having it straight up be like, oh, this is a variant of ghost that happens because of an elf like dying or something,
Yeah,
or something
ancient
with an elf
curse.
happening. And it's
Typical.
like that's cool to me because it gives it like a uniqueness. And I think something about I do kind of hate that with some newer stuff is they're trying to scrub like in their attempt to appease everybody, they end up scrubbing clean like a lot of really interesting,
They deleted all the lore and made everything as accessible as possible.
which
I
is
don't.
kind of lame to me.
No, it's not good.
Nah.
I don't know too much about the new ghosts, but I know the 2014 ones are capable of possessing people,
Yeah.
and that's their
Yes.
main and strongest. Like that's their standalone
Well,
ability.
Yeah.
Which is very
They can
cool.
also make you old, like that beach.
Yeah.
Can they?
Yeah.
Oh
yeah,
my
they-
I like
God,
the
you're
beach.
right.
God dang it. They have
Yeah.
a wither.
It's a good movie. Love that movie.
Oh yeah,
beach that makes you old.
horrifying visage. Yeah,
That's what it's called.
and specters. Is that how it's worded for specters
can-
as well, where they age you?
Let me see.
Because banshees also have horrifying visage, but it doesn't make you old.
Yeah.
Specters do not have the aging thing. They have
Okay.
something else.
It's just ghosts. It's fucking crazy.
Because we can get into no. Because specters are really different.
Yeah,
There are reasons
absolutely.
why they're like
Yeah,
differentiated. Because like the main thing with ghosts, or go ahead. What were you gonna say, Joe?
I was going to kind of define them, but to me, the main difference with a ghost is a ghost exists solely because they have unresolved business that happened before they passed away. Like, it could be Revenant-like, where they're seeking revenge, or it could just be like, I didn't tell this person I love them. I didn't pass along this information to this person. Like, there's something keeping them there that isn't allowing them to move on. And possession is a unique ability that no other undead has in D&D, which is surprising, but kind of neat at the same time.
Yeah.
Which also, given that, because ghosts don't have to be evil. They don't have to be like some fucking like they're not always out to get you. Sometimes they can be. It could be like, the ghosts of this area are pissed off, so they fucking attack people that come by.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, because they're any alignment, which for a D&D monster is a surprising thing, especially 2014 edition.
Very rare. Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
it can be an ally that's a ghost, or it can be it could be an enemy, an obstacle, just someone you have to get past. You can use them just as a puzzle, really.
Because something of that I find
That's a really
really
good point.
something I find really fun is I could picture a ghost, like you said, giving a letter off or doing a thing. I can find that being so cool of a party helps a ghost basically resolve its unfinished business, where the possession comes in of I could see them being like, fuck, I can't actually like do this thing. I'm gonna possess this guy and finish my job. Or in a fun situation, if it's like, oh, they're trying to help the party, I like the idea of them going up to one of the enemies, possessing them, and basically helping the party like fight alongside them or some shit.
One interesting detail is that the possession doesn't end on a timer. It could
No.
potentially be permanent. It's just if you're beaten unconscious, if it chooses to stop, or if it is literally like you hold a cross up to it and say Jesus' name, and then it flies out like, yeah, fuck.
Rebuke! Rebuke, ye Satan!
I cast ye out like Legion. I'll be right back.
Do like the finger cross at the
Okay.
fucking,
Yeah.
Be
gone, you stink.
Rebuke thy Logan.
I do like horrifying visage. It kind of makes me think of Casper, the friendly ghost, and how his uncles like stretch their faces, or like Beetlejuice,
Yeah.
how they would like do that
God.
weird shit.
That is
Um,
insane, though, that, like, horrifying visage being 1d4 times 10 years, that could be an insta-kill to a kobold or a goblin
yes,
character.
yes. Like if you have like a fucking Aarakocra, if you have an orc or something
Oh,
in
yeah,
your
you have
group,
just an old man character. It's like, I'm an old man wizard.
because isn't there a thing on Revivify about like
Yeah, I
what
don't
are
think...
the caveats?
I'm pretty sure most resurrection things can't, aside from, like, the high-level ones, can't revive you if you die of, like, old age or something like that.
Yes, a creature that has died of old age. Yeah, if you die from this, you're fucking dead.
Yeah.
That's really fucked. It is
Which,
a reason why I'm really reluctant to use it at times.
that's a scary thought, yeah. Like, it's a cool idea, but yeah, like, it's something you'd have to target, like, the elf with if you're not wanting to be really mean.
It's like, because yeah, pretty much. Because that would just be like, I think that's the bonus and the downside for some creatures. Because I remember having a point where a bunch of players came across ghosts. Everybody was like either an elf or like a fucking like Azamar or something, or they like, well, Azamar could potentially, but like for my setting, I had like an idea of like, no, they'd be like
He's
long
back.
lived.
Sorry.
But like,
You
I
good?
was talking about like
The spell
how
worn
the
off, you're good.
horrifying visage ages people, and like basically having like a party where it's like, oh, this doesn't affect anybody because you guys live like hundreds of years. So like, if you suddenly get 40 years added to you, it's not going to be that big of a difference.
Yeah, but still, like, 40 years is pretty impressive. For a Dragonborn, that fucking kills you.
Yeah, we were
Yeah.
saying,
You
like,
fucking die immediately.
goblins, Aarakocra, kobolds would be like an instant death sentence, and most orcs, at least, like, nearly have you just barely there.
And
Yeah.
something I also added was Revivify does not bring you back if you die of old age.
Whoa.
So
Yeah.
that would be like,
If
that would be
not,
straight up like, you're dead. You're fucking dead.
you're just a cleric literally pulling Grandpa from beyond the veil every 5 seconds to be like, come on, Grandpa, get back here.
Oh,
Your
and
character-
their horrifying visage is not targeted. So
No,
everyone
it's
within 60 feet of the... Imagine a ghost like floating through a goblin village, because this isn't a recharge ability either. It could just proc it in regions, and the goblins turn to dust.
Yeah.
That would be an awesome set piece encounter of
Yeah.
like, dude, I entered this town and like everyone's old as fuck, like they're like, and they look horrified. They look like they died in fear. So you have like these long-haired, like gray-haired goblins, like all like shrieking in fear.
Yeah.
Because you only resist it for 24 hours, and then they can repeat it the next day. If they
Yeah.
show up like every other day, they just can actively kill any small town.
That just
If
sounds
they
like
choose to on purpose.
sounds like a fun chase encounter where it's just slowly floating after a party of like all goblins, and they're just like, run! Don't let it look at you!
I don't feel so good.
They all fucking like.
Hey guys, it's me, Charlie.
Hey guys, it's me, Charlie. Did that guy just turned into sand?
Oh, yeah.
What kid?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I just picture, because it's like picturing that fucking Beetlejuice shit, or like that Casper thing of just like they're stretching their face or some shit, like doing something awful, and it just freaks people out.
Yeah.
But
I do like that as an idea where ghost inspectors are a fun thing to do since they're like pure forces of emotion. Like, they're fun to use for that sense. But ghost, there's so many options with them that I like, where I've used them for multi-purposes before, of like ally ghost, or I'll get to it at the end, but I got a whole spill how I used one in homebrew recently that I was actually pretty proud of. But yeah, because in contrast to specters and wraiths, there's so much you can do with them because specters and wraiths, they're kind of one note. They come in, they're they're like this force, this basically like what you think of with a conjuring or or an exorcist ghost, where its goal is to get you.
Yeah.
Yeah, specters are a little funky where they're kind of just guys that can't die and can't ascend. They're stuck in a liminal space and
Yeah,
are really good at killing. But wraiths, if you kill one, no, you didn't. It comes back again and again and again. It like revives itself until it kills whoever murdered it.
Really?
I
thought it's one of the things you could exercise.
Nope. Wraiths are one of the toughest monsters to kill.
Undead commanders.
Let me double check.
I didn't know that about wraiths. That's fun
Oh
though.
no,
I like
I might be. I'm thinking of white.
something else. Oh, whites. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah,
yes.
shoot.
No, wraiths, because like something with wraiths that I do like. I guess it's better to explain specters first before getting into like wraiths.
Yeah.
But it's like oh, what happened?
I'm trying to think because whites don't do that either. What's the fucking?
Are you
You're thinking of Revenants?
Revenant.
Because
Leonardo DiCapinus, yeah.
that was also one that I was like stuck wondering if I should mention or not, because Revenants aren't ghosts.
They're zombie adjacent, yeah.
Yes,
They're
like
restless spirits, but they're sentient,
but they
like
have
ghosts are.
business kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah. So they're fleshy, they're corporeal, but beyond that, they're pretty ghostly.
But it's like
whites are just undead servants of Orcus.
Yeah, they're just nothing. I'm sorry, I'm completely wrong there.
Well, there's a whole thing. We won't have to get complete. Save it for the white episode, the white guy episode. Like we
Wicked House.
Because some whites can be okay, but like we're you know.
Some of my best friends are whites, actually.
Yeah. Let's not talk about those other creatures.
What I was gonna say with specters is specters are basically like it is the idea of you died and you've either gone like fucking nuts or like your spirit something has happened to your spirit where you are literally erased, like your soul is gone.
Yeah, they don't know who or what they were.
Yes. So this goes into the idea of like where the energy that like resurrects things comes from, because it kind of like I remember somebody going into an explanation of like, this is why most skeletons are quote unquote evil, is because I forget where the place is, but there is a specific plane where it's like in usual lore fashion, you know, you could set it up different from however you do your own setting, but usually the energy that resurrects a skeleton or like a ghost or something like that is somewhat negative, like not necessarily for the ghost stat block, but it could be for like, this is like basically what's going into the specter is the like anti-life. There is like, yes, an anti-life kind of thing. And so it is less of, there is no longer a personality attached to this that has its own drives and its own wants. It is just this force that wants it wants to get to life because it wants it. It's like the same as like vampires. You're like, I remember your vampire video where like you talked about how like, they're want love. It's like they want to get your like blood because it is something of like trying to get something back that they don't have anymore. And it's like, that is like kind of why they're drawn to that. It's a similar thing for these specters, where it is basically like they want to absorb your life. They have like life drain and things like that because they don't have that anymore. And it's like being hungry and never being able to like fill yourself. It's like constantly wanting more and more and more. And so that is why specters are these like, the best way to think of specters is, I bet you weren't expecting such a hungry guy. And fucking
never satiated.
So the thing with wraiths that's really cool is, to me, they're almost like mega specters, where it's like they do have their personality, and the wraith is a thing that happens because imagine if you were a really awful person.
Okay, I'm there.
So you're a really shit person, and when you die, you're literally like so bad that like instead of becoming a ghost and you have like this unresolved kind of want, your spirit also gets like fucking destroyed. It's maybe taken to like another plane, and there's like a chance, like say you're fucking going to hell. Say you're gonna go to hell, and your fucking spirit is taken. The like remaining energy of you, like if your soul is destroyed in some way, and the remaining energy of you basically gets like filled with the energy of like the fucking hells, it just turns what's ever left into this other thing, and it might have your personality still. So it's like another you that is now in the material plane. And it's just like, you just now get all of these new abilities that are also this kind of anti-life, but you have your own kind of personality to it. So you actively spread your anti-life to other creatures, and you can turn people into specters.
Yeah.
My God.
And so it is literally just like, which is so fucked, because it's like, it is so evil that it's, you decide to kill somebody, and it's like, dude, you're not even going to heaven or hell. You're fucking gone. Boom, a minion.
Yeah. That's one of those few, like, really rare but awful cases where in D&D there's always, an afterlife, and it depends on your alignment or whatever god you aligned yourself with, or like morality system. But there are much worse fates than just going to heaven or hell.
Yes.
If a lich eats you, you don't exist anymore. Not even a wish can bring you back, I'm pretty sure. Or maybe just a wish can.
Man,
to like bring back the echo of what you were. And being a wraith sounds like one of those.
Yeah.
It targets a creature that just died violently, which it can choose to kill you violently.
Yeah.
And then there's just more, and you're fucked.
I think they really took Nazgul inspiration for them, since they even depict them with a crown.
Yes.
So I imagine that's probably what they were going for, since that was all humans that became corrupted and could arguably gave their soul over to Sauron. So it's like, hey,
wraiths.
These things is basically what happens to someone in the absence of a soul. This is just what lingers and festers.
And the specters that they create are under their control. Yeah.
Yes.
Have you guys seen the Witch King in the Rankin Bass movie? He looks fucking cool.
I think I have. Let me see.
He's just like two piercing floating eyes and a crown above it. There's nothing else. There's no hood, no head. It's just a crown.
That's actually really sick. I like
sick
that.
As fuck.
God, that is awesome.
I think for me, I'm a big fan of. I say this like if it's like controversial. I'm a big fan of that big fucking like in the movies that he fucking has the big ass helmet on his head.
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks sick as fuck. But
yeah, those are the main undeads, and will-o-wisps are their own little thing as well.
You're stupid.
It's silly. I don't like it.
Which I find interesting that out of like probably the 5 big spectral ones, well 6 if you include shadows, 2 of them are Irish based, Banshee and will-o-wisps.
Irish. The will-o-wisp.
Because shadows are kind of like ghost adjacent. Like
they are literal undead, so there's lingering essence of a person.
Because I think. Because I have used these in various ways, but I find wraiths really neat in the sense that they are, I don't know, it makes me think of like a lot of, something that I immediately think of wraith-wise is, I don't know if you guys would really know this, but in Dragon's Dogma, there's this boss that is like a pope. That you no, he's a bishop. Yeah, he's a wraith like bishop, and he is basically just a wraith. And he's like in this room, like resurrecting a dragon or something. But that's like a big. When I first saw a wraith, I was like, "This is literally what I'm thinking of. Is this fucking dude?" And it does give me this. There, I don't know. There are some enemies where I'm like, "Oh, this is an awesome guy for like a set piece encounter." And I remember basically having a situation using literally all three of these things in like one encounter where it was just like, oh, there was a warlock that lived in this old house and he used to be a serial killer, and he would basically take young women and like ritualistically kill them in his basement, and so their ghosts were bound to this place. A cleric basically came down and like was able to cleanse them, and then the wraith was activated. And it was like, literally, they opened this guy's like tomb, his corpse is in there, and then his fucking wraith like jumps out from it. It becomes this whole boss fight where he is actively trying to fucking like kill people, and I gave him like extra abilities of like, oh, the corpses of the people that are in this room, like including his own, he fucking like animates all of them or some shit, and like all the skeletons start fighting them and shit. And
yeah, wait, did they even have a? That's just an action, so it can create a swell of specters from anyone who died within a minute. So
yeah.
If you pair a ghost's horrifying visage with a bunch of like, if, say a wraith and a ghost walk into an old folks' home, they're leaving with like 60 specters.
A wraith and a ghost walk into a bar.
And the bartender goes, "Oh!"
No one else does.
The bartender goes,
"Oh, oh fuck!
No,
ghost!"
The bartender goes, "Oof! I die!
Oh no!"
The bartender goes, "Zoinks!"
Like a zoink scoop.
So I read up on. I read up on what makes will-o-wisps different. So the will-o-wisp, will-o-wisps are souls of evil beings that perished in anguish or misery as they wander forsaken lands permeated with powerful magic. So it seems like if you die in a magic-infused area, your soul can get trapped there if you just died like absolutely miserable.
You turn into an annoying little moat.
Yeah.
Did you know that will-o-the-wisps are swamp gas?
Yeah.
I think
I do
that's
like
true.
that. I think that's cool.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
That's the
No, like
original.
the real phenomenon. There's also St. Elmo's fire, which is adjacent, where it's like lightning arcing off of.
Yeah.
They're
That's my neck of the woods.
When you rub your socks on a balloon, what kind of
Static
electricity?
electricity.
Oh,
Yeah. They're a static electricity phenomena.
Yeah, I actually stayed in St. Elmo before. It's a beautiful place.
What? And it wasn't on fire? What the fuck?
Yeah, I expected to die in pain and misery and linger as a spirit and haunt Appalachia as I had written in my will, but here I am stuck on this podcast, I guess.
Yeah, you're sticking around. It is spontaneous combustion of swamp gas because of micro lightning, igniting methane bubbles.
Micro lightning.
which makes sense
What
because
it's
they have
static
shock.
electricity that.
Okay.
Oh, they do?
Yes, they have a
Wizards
shock
and D&D?
ability. They have a shock attack, and they have like
Oh, they do.
like
yeah.
because that was something
that's
that I used to
clever.
wonder. It was like, why is it that they have like shock? Like,
Yeah,
it's an interesting idea.
They have shock, which does 2d8 lightning damage, and yeah. But
I want to believe that will-o'-the-wisps like float around and they have little like fuzzy, like grippy socks, and they'll just kind of rub them together really quick and poke you.
Because I would always think of will-o'-the-wisp as fairy adjacent, because they are, but like
They are fake.
it is it is
They
something
Irish.
of when I look at them, since they are that little orb, you know what it is that I think of is I think of Navi from like Zelda.
oh yeah.
So I kind of always pictured them as like little fairies at the core center of them. So I like the idea of this little guy just like as he like starts to run up to you, he's like rubbing his feet real fast. It's like,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
gotcha, bitch,
But
bitch.
Will-O-Wisp actually have a really unique ability I've never seen before, where as a bonus action, the Will-O-Wisp can target one creature it can see within 5 foot that has 0 hit points and is still alive. That target must make a DC 10 Constitution saving throw against this magic or die. And if this target dies, the Will-O-Wisp regains 3d6 hit points.
What the fuck?
Yeah, so
Just
just
like instant kill people and heal from it? That's crazy.
yeah, instant just circumvent of a death saves. Just whoop.
I think there's like a
Your
magic
soul is
item.
mine.
Your
wonder-
soul is mine.
As I think Mothman has one verified kill, or the Jersey Devil does, of like people looking for it and then dying.
Okay,
I think
well.
Will-O-the-Wisps, in terms of being fictional creatures, might have the highest kill count.
Oh, they're in kind of
'Cause, like,
dangerous spots, and also that kind of ties
swamp-
into it where because they're in swamplands, but also people can mistake them for a light in the darkness and approach it and
Yeah.
probably accidentally get themselves ganked in the process of just wandering in the dark.
Yeah, I wrote a City of Mist little extra thing that's official. It's in one of the books. And one of the guys has the ability to produce Will-O-the-Wisps as like little fairy lights that appear in random places. And they can either lead people the right way or mislead them and cause them to appear in a place like 5 miles away. So not only have wisps probably led travelers to their deaths, but they've probably killed some animals. If it's just a little swamp explosion, like that's crazy.
Again, that is kind of neat. That is neat to think about. I don't know. I think about there's a fucking fly in my room. There's
Kill it.
I
Indeed.
hope so. This motherfucker. But
Let it
regardless,
feel the wrath.
I'm pissed. I'm pissed. Fuck it.
Sure.
Because it makes me think of like ball
Deranged.
lightning as well.
Yeah.
Fucking
Similar thing.
I don't know. Like
Micro.
I love this weird phenomenon, like this weird like weather phenomenon type shit, because it causes all sorts of fucking like weird like stories, because like people didn't know how the fuck to explain it. I think about this like also somewhat related is when people first started coming to the Americas and they started seeing all the weird shit that happens out here, like fucking tornadoes and shit like that.
The gods are
Fucking,
angry. The wind
What the
blows.
fuck is going on? This place sucks.
Yeah.
Fucking the Will-O-Wisp also reminds me of Ghost Lantern, a D&D item. I remember a DM used it in a certain way that I thought was fun, which was basically the main thing it could do is like, oh, it can act as a mage hand because the little spirit inside is almost like a little fairy, and you could send it out to like basically be a mage hand. But also, if somebody dies within 10 feet of you, they could stabilize somebody. And something that the DM decided to do was they gave a player this, but the spirit that was inside of it was a Will-O-Wisp. And the additional thing is like, oh yeah, it's just that to not piss it off every day, you have to feed it some like people's negative emotions. Like you have to kill somebody and like feed it.
I love
to
items like that.
Okay.
And so we never really had a problem with it because we always were fucking killing people in that campaign. So it's just
Well, I'll
like
be.
post every fight, the wizard's like it would be tension would be broken by the wizard just be like, so I opened my lantern.
That reminds me of Thresh, the League of Legends character whose lantern intentionally traps and consumes souls, which, you know, fucking Over the Garden Wall, very seasonal. There's the lantern you have to light with oil that only spawns from people who lose hope and turn into trees.
I fucking love
So
Over the
good.
Garden Wall.
I still need to
fucking-
see Over the Garden Wall.
We gotta watch
Dude,
Over the Garden
every
Wall.
time I say "Ain't that just the way," it's a reference to Over the Garden Wall.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I think of the Beast song a ton, like the fucking "Come
The
Wayward
opera
Soul,
souls who wander
wander
through
through the
the
darkness." But fuck
Yeah, he's
yeah,
got that fucking vibrato,
I
super
fucking love it.
baritone. It's
It's
beautiful.
I I really want to, not to get too off topic, but I really want to.
We've been off
Yeah, we
topic this
already fucking did
entire
that like
time.
way long ago.
We
But
end the
like,
topic now.
I had this whole
End the
idea of
topic.
doing something similar with a. I wanted to set something up with a boss where I would love it for when the party finally gets to him to have like a set piece thing of animating something, not telling my players that I worked on on this thing, and just having like basically like a boss intro of him like having a similar kind of just song approaching the players, because I was like, dude, that would fucking kick ass to have like this
Yeah.
set up. Because it's like this vampire symbiote fucking looking dude, and I was like, it would be cool to have like you know how there's that smaller voice that sings along with like
No.
a song like it's
No fucking clue what you're talking about.
no, I don't. For the Beast song, there's like it's like it sounds like almost children like singing along to what he's singing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And like
And-
reprise.
I had this visual of just like him like singing out towards the party, and then suddenly like nearby plants and things also getting like his weird little smile growing on them, and they sing
Okay.
along with him, and I'm like, that would be so creepy.
That's
That
like
would
the
be.
Big Mom intro in One Piece.
Yo,
Oh,
Where she sings
yeah.
Mom, Mom. And it's just a horrifying little celebration of like,
Mama,
I'm having such a
mama,
good
yeah.
time. Everyone's dying.
that is
Mama,
one
mama,
thing they did in
mama.
the anime over to manga that I appreciated, that they added the musical numbers that made it so much eerie and more fairy tale like.
That is something that I think on a lot with because I'll like read manga and I'll notice that sometimes somebody will like put like, I don't know, a song or something like that, and I'm just like, I can't wait for the anime to see like what they had in mind for this, because this is not hitting me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever. Regardless, phantoms, specters, ghouls. Well, not ghouls, because those are like different undead.
Those are zombinis.
I think phantoms is like the only
whoa.
type of ghost word that doesn't have its own representation in the undead.
So, like, everyone dies with shit that's unresolved.
Yes.
That's absolutely without question. No person has died having accomplished everything they wanted to. Why is the world not overpopulated with ghosts?
I would say
Why is not every
is-
single thing lingering? Like, do they just get their shit done really quickly? Like, ghosts
I
are
think
just
it's
like,
less
yeah, I
of-
figured it out.
I think it's less of getting their shit done, and it's more of, I think it matters where if your final, like it's like almost you have your anime character moment of your final thoughts are fuck, everyone's wait, I need to
I
do
think
this.
that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that is what it is. 'Cause
It's at the moment of death you think of your unfinished business.
Yeah.
And then you get like a mind wipe. You forget that you were dying and you just hyperfixate. Like
If
you get
anything-
OCD.
It's like you astral project for a moment, and
Yeah.
like your body, like it's like your ties are severed, and like your fucking phantom is now left behind.
Yeah.
Um,
I think it's severity of it, because I mean, obviously we all have goals and stuff we want to do in life, but just like if you're like in the middle of the action, I'd say that'd be a big deal, or like but yeah, I'd say also severity, because you also got to think, I imagine maybe it's more stronger will-powered individuals like do it as well. That's usually a headcanon I'd probably use for it, because think about it. Like, every villain's victim could potentially become a revenant if we use the logic of it applies for every single thing he deals with.
Yeah.
Again, yeah, honestly, because it is that fits into it a lot too. Is the I guess that's the big question of like, what is the deciding factor of like, why didn't you turn into a ghost instead of a revenant?
Yeah.
Like kind of thing.
Well, a revenant, I think, is tied to like revenge or revengeant.
It said
So
ghosts can as well, so
Ghost can is yeah.
maybe a ghost is just like, I probably should kill that guy. Or Revenant's like, I'm gonna fucking kill that guy.
yeah.
You know, maybe it's different.
In the moment you're dying, you're like, this is kind of fucked up. I kind of don't fuck with being killed by this guy.
Because
And then
there
you come back
is-
as a ghost.
Talking about wraiths, there is another type of wraith, but it's not really a wraith. It's like in Mordenkainen's, there is something called sword wraiths.
Oh
And
yeah,
it's
yeah.
really just like if you die in battle, you die in real life.
What?
If you die in battle, instead of going to Valhalla, sometimes you're kind of a little bitch boy and you don't fully make it, and you're mad that you didn't fully make it. So you linger on as like wraiths in battlefields of like it says, like, for example, Sword Wraith Commander. Sword Wraith Commanders haunt battlefields, attacking anyone who questions their valor, but looking kindly on those who sing their praises. So it's literally just like they're mad
Like an
because
ego?
they didn't make it. Yeah, they have big egos. I think that is the
No, it's
deciding
egos.
factor. Oh,
Yeah.
ego.
Egotists.
Egos. The freaking,
Alright.
That's so interesting.
I think that is the deciding factor, is literally like, in a sense, these guys do have big egos. And it's just this idea of like, they're so passionate about thinking that they're the shit, but they didn't make it. So they get the consolation prize of, well, now you're like a ghost. Like,
Yeah.
you don't go at all.
That's so shitty.
Either I go to Valhalla or I fucking don't at all.
I
Right.
stay here.
On the opposite end of that, there's one I forgot where it just clicked on my way ahead. Oh wait, there is a phantom in D&D. It's in Strahd only. It's a phantom warrior. So
Lawyer?
the real nightmare.
Strahd's phantom lawyer.
I have to serve you, sir. But
I didn't finish my client's taxes in time.
taxes. But no, a phantom warrior is a spectral remnant of a willful soldier or knight who perished on the battlefield or died performing its sworn duty. It appears like a translucent version of his living self. But the difference is, although one is often mistaken for a ghost, a phantom warrior isn't bound by yearning to complete some unresolved goal. It can choose to end its undead existence at any time. Its spirit lingers willingly, either out of loyalty to its former master or because it believes it must perform a task to satisfy its honor or sense of duty. For example,
like, dude, do you want to die? It's like, nah.
Nah, I'm
Nah,
good.
I'm fucking good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah, for example, a guard who dies defending a wall might return as a phantom warrior and continue guarding the wall, then disappear forever once a new guard assumes its post or the wall is destroyed. Its period of time it died and the time it rises.
That's so funny, of like a ghost that's been defending this wall for a really long time, and then construction workers come in and knock it down from the backside, and he's like, well, fuck, and then just vanishes.
Fuck!
Damn it.
Yeah.
Got nothing to do.
Someone brings in a big wrecking ball and it goes, what
Yeah.
is that? And like it fucking smashes through and he's like, ah!
I have nothing to live for.
Or even the other thing is like the idea of somebody taking over the castle, like it's moved on to new ownership. The ghost is still guarding it, and someone's like, "Oh yeah, I thought you could use a rest, so I hired a new guard." And they go, "You did what?" Oh.
Yeah. I like it. It's a very unique take on it that I like. Other cool detail on it. A Phantom Warrior can usually remember to last 1d10 plus 10 days of its life. Everything before that is an impenetrable fog.
Cool.
And
yeah, ghost could have something. Well, though a ghost doesn't know how or even that it died, so that's kind of the opposite. Which is
yeah, yeah. So I'd say that's another one where it's like their willpower, like kind of a noteworthy guard captain or someone that just really, like I said, driven by pure loyalty, was able to come back. Because it said they can come back usually 24 hours after it passes away. It can rise again. So yeah, pretty
Really?
cool idea.
Oh. This is
I
a
have a
question.
question.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, shit. We both have questions.
Yeah, you
Mario,
go.
you go
I have a-
first.
I was going to bring up because it mentions like when they come back.
I
What are
always
your
come back.
thoughts? I get it. Like William, the Purple Man. So there's silvered weapons.
Euro.
What are your thoughts on like physical weapons hitting a ghost?
So only wraiths are weak to silver. Ghosts aren't.
No, I'm pretty sure they are. Or let me
Nope.
double check.
I'm looking at it right here, brother.
Yep.
Ghost.
Because silver always deals in fade.
Oh yeah, they don't. Okay.
Yeah, I think it just
Those sound effective.
affects them like any other, like silver just is overcoming the non-magical weapon requirement.
Yeah, you know what? Wraiths or banshees should be vulnerable to silver too. Which
Yeah.
I forgot to bring up, but that video is due by the end of the week.
Yeah, it does specify. You're so right. Holy shit. That does. Okay, well that's cool. Because I think it's literally out of the fact that wraiths are probably affected by it because they're like either one, maybe there's something I don't know in the lore that makes them somewhat Fey adjacent, or they're like so fucking evil, like silver fucking hurts them.
They're all canonically werewolves.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're actually werewolves. They used to be werewolves, but now they're ghost werewolves.
Their whereabouts are known because
Werewolves.
they
Where.
So my question,
Yeah.
going back to the Purple Man, if I were to like Freddy Fazbear Foxy jump through the screen right now and kill both of you, what would your unfinished business be?
Finishing my animation.
You'd be a ghost for like maybe 6 hours.
Yeah, it goes
Yeah.
for, like,
You just
6
do it.
hours.
You'd succeed.
Like, I like finish it, I upload it, and I go I'm literally watching the upload thing like go up, and it's not until it goes to like 100% then I pass away.
Mine
You
would
just-
mine would probably finish in the basement.
That
You'd
would
be a
be
little
longer.
basement ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd actually have to stick around until someone showed up and you're like, hey, can you fucking move that box over here, please? Can you paint this? Can you do that?
Yeah. Though
Mine would just be busting that nut. So that's in What We Do in the Shadows, because when you become a vampire, you die. All the main characters do still have ghosts of their former selves that they can summon, and there's a little episode that explores that.
wow.
Really?
Interesting.
And was it Matthew Barry? What's the dude with the funny accent? His name?
Laszlo?
Oh,
Yeah, Laszlo. That is his ghost's unfinished business. He was like, well, we were fucking, and then she killed me and turned me into a vampire, and I didn't get to bust. And my ghostly hands aren't doing it for me. Can you help me out? And then he successfully finishes that business for his ghost, and you never see it again.
You know it's bad. I only remember his name in Clem Fandango.
I don't think that's even from that. That's from something else.
No, that is. Remember that was like the guy in a voice booth where it's like, I was like, hello,
Yeah,
it's Clem Fandango. It's like, yes, Clem Fandango. What do you want?
Was that What We Do in the Shadows, though?
Yeah, it wasn't. I think so.
Barry. I love his goofy bullshit.
A Toast of London. Yeah, that's a separate thing.
Never mind. Okay.
Yeah, I had no idea.
The only things I know him as is Codsworth and the Shadows guy. I didn't know there was other things. I know there's other things. I just
Codsworth?
forget about him. Yeah,
It's Codsworth the Fallout robot.
yeah, he was the Fallout robot, and in the show, you get to meet him before he was the.
Yeah, that was really fun. I like that a lot.
Yeah, it was a really nice touch they added. I like that. But
And now he's dead, like a ghost.
yeah, unfortunately. We don't get to see Ghoul Matt Berry.
If anyone at any point decides to kill us, only Chuck would linger.
Yeah.
I mean,
the longest.
I'm kind of perfectionist when it comes to the basement, so yeah, like seeing someone else do it, I'd be like, nah.
Yeah, it would be like that would keep your spirit there. That would be like where that's where you start to become like a poltergeist or something.
I like the idea of someone tearing down your house and then you just linger over like a mound of dirt and you're like, can someone build me a fucking basement here? And they're like, there's no building.
Fuck.
I love. It was just on the mind because I actually got all the doors down in there now, so I actually am in the home stretch, so I might be able to sleep peacefully soon.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
You're.
I love all the variations of undeath in D&D.
There's
like
too many. It's really easy to become an undead, apparently.
Yeah,
I know.
It basically is for every potential way you can pass away. There is a way you can become an undeath. Like the only one that's kind of different in that regard is Banshee, because that's the only one that specifically require done by a curse, which is even more interesting to me that line that an elven beautiful woman did not use their beauty to help the world. It's like, what does that mean? Who decides that?
I made fun of that in my video where it's like, if you were born gorgeous, you have a duty. Otherwise, fuck you. You can never be happy again.
Yeah.
You're damned to an eternal life where you are not allowed to feel joy because you were pretty and you didn't use it correctly. What the fuck?
The same thing of like where harpies come from, where it's like, I think it's literally like some Greek goddess kind of bullshit in D&D where it's like, there was a
like
beautiful
Medusa with, was it Poseidon?
Mm-hmm.
No, because this is different in the sense of like Poseidon.
But that was bullcrap. What happened to Medusa? But yeah.
And then Athena was a huge bitch and was like, "How dare you allow him to do that to you in my temple? I will curse you." And
after
also,
she got done diddled.
And then further there, like fucking Athena then being like, Athena is a bitch. Fucking
she's awful.
Yeah.
She cursed Arachne too.
Yeah.
She's like, I
jealous.
Knit really good.
It's wild. Someone pointed out that like the epitome of war, Ares is like the only one that did not commit any crimes against women.
That's true.
Because it's a man thing. Wars are governed by men. He's just like, yeah, I like to stab and kill. And I like when people die en masse because then Hades has to deal with it, and that's funny. And everyone else is like, oh, you don't care about fucking and sucking and slurping? Like,
no,
Jesus.
No.
There's like another thing. We're so off topic, but this is fine. Fucking, this is another thing of I was looking at Greek mythos stuff, and I was revisiting like things for Hercules, and something that I forgot for one of his tasks that he had to do. There was a point where he had to go to the Amazon, or like to see the Amazonians, and there was a daughter of Ares that was there, and she had like this belt that made her like immortal, basically, and made her like super powerful. And that's Hercules' task was like, fuck, I really hate to ask, because he shows up, and when she sees Hercules, because him and his band of men, they're like, dude, we're so fucked because they're gonna kill us on sight. They hate men being out here. She sees Hercules and she goes, oh my god, actually, I know who you are. I heard about your stories. You know what, ladies, the guys here can stay. The guys can stay. Like, we'll let them stay the night. It's fine. Like, everything's chill. And so Hercules is like, really? Dude, I was so scared that you were going to fight me. I was so fucking scared that you were going to fight me.
Really?
And like, she goes, yeah, no. And so Hercules goes into her tent. They like talk about stuff. And then he goes, hey,
is this one of his labors?
Yes, this is one of his labors. He's like, hey, I'm really sorry to ask, but I was tasked because you know about my labors. I was tasked to bring your belt to somebody. They're like a big fan of yours, and she asked me to bring it, but I can bring it back. Like, she just wants to basically see it. She's a noble lady. She's asking me about this shit, but I can bring it back. And she goes, he's like thinking, dude, this is the fucking point where I'm gonna actually have to fight her. And then she goes, you know what? It's yours. You could take it. And she like hands the belt over to him. And Hera is just like, bullshit. That was too easy for him. So Hera disguises herself as one of the Amazon women, starts going around the camp and saying like, dude, isn't it fucked up? These men are actually gonna like, fuck everything up, dude. How could we just allow anybody to do this? And so she causes like unrest around the camp. The women then, because she like makes them assume they're actually trying to ambush you. Your leader got like tricked or something. So the women start attacking the men, and then suddenly Hercules like hears commotion outside. He goes out, he's like, what the fuck? And then he turns around, looks at the woman, and he goes, you did this, you tricked me. And she goes, no, I didn't do anything. And he fucking beats her to death. And like,
Oh my god.
and
Hera,
like,
you piece of shit.
yeah, dude,
They're all awful people.
The fucking Amazons literally did nothing. They didn't do anything. They got tricked hardcore by the fucking gods.
Mhm.
And it's like, because I remember I didn't know about this story for like a while. I didn't know about this labor. And like hearing about it, I was like, oh wow, I'm so surprised that Ares' like daughter is actually like chill as fuck. Like I was expecting it to be different.
Yeah.
And it's like,
or to
no,
be
she was
insane.
super fucking chill. Hera just is a bitch too.
Yeah. So that's kind of part of the reason for all of his labors is that Hera's just fucking with him because she hates that Hercules is alive.
Yeah.
Heracles.
Which also is like I think the thing
She
that really
made
bothers
him
me-
do the God of War thing.
Oh, dude.
He killed his wife and children because Hera.
Yeah,
What?
it's such a.
No,
it's
that was
such a
Ares, I'm
fucking-
pretty sure.
No,
Ares did God of
that-
War. Hera was like,
Yeah.
hey, Heracles,
Oh, that one. Okay.
kill your family.
Your wife and child are monsters, little green ghouls are
They're
running around
looking,
the house.
they're looking very goblin-esque today.
Your wife had gobbo tits, and Hercules got really upset.
Okay.
Your wife, she's got goblet tits now. You better take her out, take care
Oh.
of her.
That's interesting.
And then they turned into ghosts.
You sure she was a daughter of Ares? Because there was another Amazonian that was a daughter of Ares. That'd be interesting if there's two of them.
No, I think that's the same one.
The daughter of
Yeah, because there is. Let me make sure I have her name
like
right. I'm probably going to butcher this, but
Mortality.
Penthesilea, I believe it is. She was the one that fought in the Trojan War, and Achilles killed her.
Wait, what? Daughter of Ares. Hold on. I guess maybe a different one then.
Yeah, because Penthesilea is probably the one you're thinking of, where she was daughter of Ares.
Oh, Queen Hippolyte was Ares' daughter, in addition
It's a
to the
glowing
Amazonian
hippo.
queen.
Oh, okay.
shit.
Man, Ares was a frequent flyer in the
Goddess
Amazons, I
of
tell you.
He never committed crimes against women, and so he just went to like a tribe of women and was like, "Hey, I fuck with you guys."
He just comes in full performative male, just reading reading feminist theory into Edge of the Amazonian forest. It's like, guess what? I ain't like the other
He was
gods.
edging at the edge of the Amazonians.
I don't think performative males do that, but okay.
It increased his performance. Studies show.
I was gonna get into like the little thing with harpies, but it was basically a similar thing of like a lady was like, "Hi, I like you," to like some elven like deity-esque figure, and he was like, "What? Ew!" And he fucking turned her into a harpy, and she was cursed to become like a harpy forever, and like that's where all harpies come from.
And harpies have this crazy thing where they sing and lure people to their deaths, whereas banshees sing a lamenting song called a keening that laments actual death, where they don't cause it. And banshees are very similar, although not even remotely related to this little thing called
Phantom.
Phantom fireworks. Yep.
Oh,
Spirit
and
Halloween.
there was like a series of a
Oh shit.
really interesting like ghost character for like D&D. I think his name was Daniel or something. And he would
I know
use
that
his
guy.
ability to turn into a ghost.
Huh.
Oh my god. I know you're.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, god dang it.
He's a phantom.
Okay, well, we're kind of at that
Little
point where it's
weird.
like, how have you, since undead's such a broad
We want
topic?
to go there.
No, no.
No, I think spectral undead is important.
Yeah, spectral undead is a broad topic, but I guess what's the unique way you've used them in your games?
I'll kick this one off. I don't think I usually lead in. So in my current home campaign, the final boss, they have like 6 final bosses lined up. There's a dragon, there's a storm giant, and there's a horde of cultic undead that are trapped in the Shadowfell, like the negative energy plane. And there was a brief moment where the gate to the Shadowfell opened and their invasion began and then rapidly stopped. And in that time, I used both a Wraith and a Revenant, like at separate points, where there was a Wraith that's been trapped in these dungeons near this area this whole time. And he was a prolific studier of undeath and like undying. So when the time came and the portal to the world of the undead opened, he fucking swam up there and jumped through the portal to kind of like go home. And now he has a bunch of crazy intel. And on the inverse, one of the creatures that came out was someone who previously was alive, helped open the portal in the first place, and then jumped into the Shadowfell. And then the gate was closed behind him by his sister, and he starved and died there because there's no food in the Shadowfell. He suffered with no way back and became a revenant. So the way that I'm running revenants now that he's finally back out again after that second opening is instead of them just like constantly coming back, they turn into a spectral soul and fly to the nearest body to inhabit that is a corpse.
Okay.
And he went from this like crazy big knight that was his original vocation, like a practical paladin of death. And he became a monk because the only other body nearby when he died from like a nat one and he tripped on his face and fell. So he inhabited this monk, crawled his way out of the monk's tomb, and then left. So
Kind of cool.
there's a lot to do with the undead. When it comes to unfinished business, I think a lot of it for me is based in I gotta fucking kill that guy.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember you telling me about the monk idea. That's cool. I like that.
Yeah, it's goofy. That's it.
I had touched on mine earlier, of like the
You touched it?
the serial killer that fucking became the Wraith
Oh, yeah.
and some inspectors and have these ghosts. I don't like. I've always had a thing with. I literally stole this from Cohost, but this happens where, for my party, a lot of the bullshit that happens with undead. One, it's a product of my player is a grave cleric, I think they're called, or like a Path of the Grave cleric, and they have a lot of stuff against undead. So I'm like, well, I better fucking put undead in my campaign.
Is it the kind where they can like turn it and steal undead from other people?
They're the ones.
Not that one.
Their channel divinity makes a target vulnerable to the next bit of damage that hits them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And
they're crazy
they're
good
really
subclass.
They can notice. They know when undead are around them. They have a fucking thing of like. They're really good at like. Oh, there's the other like they have like a bunch of like death related kind of stuff, but it's not like the death cleric because the death cleric is like straight up like they do big damage and possess undead. Fucking these ones they have like one ability that's been super useful is they have something like Sentinel at Death's Door, which is just like, fucking when they get critted, you go, no, they didn't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
Like
crazy.
literally, I've had like a bunch of times of like an enemy fucking does like, I don't know, like fucking 80 damage on a crit when they're about to hit somebody, and he goes, "Oh, reaction, Sentinel, Death's Door," and it's like,
yeah.
oh, okay, they only do like 30 damage.
Yeah. I nearly forgot. That's what a Caduceus in Critical Role was.
Ah, that makes sense. But a big thing that I've had with them is I stole this from Konosuba of a thought similar to his cleric being able to sense undead. Undead feel the holiness coming from him. He is like an Azamar cleric. So it's just like they feel this presence. So the undead that are like evil as fuck can sense him and are like, ew, what the fuck is that? But the ghosts
Smells like shit in here.
But the ghosts that are like more sentient, or like say if there's just a stray skeleton that has some semblance of its past self, if it wasn't that bad of a guy, it will be drawn to them and it will literally just be like, it will go after them literally out of the thought of it is seeking salvation. It wants to be like cleansed.
I love that.
And fucking, there was a whole bit where I had there was this skeleton pirate guy that kept following them, and he was there's like an enemy called like, I think it's like something of a flame and fear or something like that, where it's like this weird
Flame and Skull
with like, yeah, like not flaming skull, but it's like a hold on, I think it's like called like an eye of
Sauron. Agamotto.
of the Beholder.
Oh, Eye of Fear and Flame.
I have not heard of that one.
Fuck it. They are from Mordenkainen's Fiendish Folio.
Stupid fucking book.
I like. There's some cool shit in there. Norkers come from there too.
What do?
Fuck Norkers, the goblin variant.
Yeah, that Stone Goblin he
but
told
that's
us about in the Goblin episode.
Yeah, these guys are
remember
basically like they basically have like these little gems in their eyes that fucking let them fire like a fear beam and a fire beam. They're kind of cool. But I remember making this pirate guy, and it was just this thing where he kept being resurrected by some other entity that was nearby, where it's like every time they destroyed his skeleton, it would just come back as a different skeleton, but with like the gems in its eyes. And he was called like Captain Bright Eyes or some shit like that. But fucking and it was just this thing of like, they're like, how the fuck do you keep finding us? And he was just like, I can smell you. It's like,
I can smell you.
and it's just this thing of it was literally just, how do you keep finding us? Dude, you're like, it hurts to be in your presence. I can sense you. You're unavoidable.
Yeah.
You're loud as fuck, dude. You are like the most holiest thing that I have ever seen. My bones are rattling.
So mine, a thing I did recently is I really wanted to kind of explore the idea of a ghost does not have to be a bad thing. Where there was a ghost in the party that basically a big defining event that was in the setting right now is 100 years ago from now, there was one graduating class of the Venture Academy they all go into. It was a really powerful class. They had a lot of things go on, but a noteworthy thing that happened is at some point that year, one of the dorms burned down and everyone inside was demolished. And a lot of people don't really talk about it, but it turns out one of the students was trying to become a lich, so he sacrificed his entire class trying to ascend to lichdom.
That's awesome.
And
I fuck with that.
Yeah, the one survivor was a paladin who, as soon as he was about to ascend to lichdom, the paladin comes out and just completely demolishes him, so they end up killing each other outside of the burning dorm. So, 100 years later... Oh, sorry?
Was the paladin sacrificed in the ritual, or did he just like kind of show up later?
Yeah, he just
Or was he as a ghost? Did he kill the lich?
he
Which
showed
sounds
up late,
fucking cool.
basically, is what happened.
Okay.
And like the lich thought he was in the dorm, but it turns out he just wasn't in there. Then just came upon to the middle of it happening.
Boy, if I had a quarter.
He comes back with pizzas. He comes back. He's like,
Yeah.
"Hey guys, I got the what the?
I was late this one
Hey, guys.
time.
Hey guys, it's me, Charlie. What did? Whoa.
Yeah.
Hey, did everyone get turned into dust? Just saying.
So they fight. He ends up succumbing to his injuries, and so does the lich. By the time anyone else is able to arrive, then 100 years later, on the anniversary of it, they end up uncovering a time capsule from that class where he actually put his phylactery in that time capsule before it all happened.
Such a fucker move.
Yeah, so they unbury the phylactery. His spirit ends up waking up, wanting to get revenge, wanting to get his body back, basically. And so he possesses someone who makes contact with the phylactery, and in response, his ghost wakes up as well, with no memory of how he passed away, but with just an overwhelming feeling that he was like a week away from graduation and he just wanted to graduate the school.
It's a week away from retirement.
Yeah.
I actually really like the idea of, I think a lich can only manifest within a certain range of their phylactery. So unburying their phylactery so they can't come back for like 100 years and waiting for time to pass, and then someone uncovers it and they show up and they're like, I'm a genie. Ooh.
That's actually how the party found them, was because the party wanted they're big Harry Potter fans. All right, I'm going to slip a few Harry Potter references in there, even though I'm not a big Harry Potter person. But one idea I really thought was cool was in the second Harry Potter, Tom Riddle's diary, where if they wrote in it, he would answer him, but he was manipulating him the whole time. So they had his book, and he was basically manipulating him the whole time. But yeah, and they just and so teachers, since fantasy world 100 years isn't anything for some of them, so like, hey yo, this ghost is just here and attending class, what do we do? And he's like, is he really hurting anyone? And he's like, no. And he's like, let's just keep an eye on him and just see what happens.
If he's evil, we'll find out.
Yes.
Eventually.
Yeah, because all he wanted was to graduate, so they basically just made him redo his paladin oath and just be like, all right, you are going to be non-violent you are not going to attack any living being. And he's like, okay, I'll do that. So,
Okay.
Poor man.
so they basically just had him revved up to be like an undead bomb, like whenever a undead showed up, he would actually fight.
It's fucking cool. I love that.
Yeah, but up until that point, he would go for the party every now and then, but all he would do is heal. He'd never fight anyone. They're like, yo, why don't you do that? I was like, oh, I don't fight living people, you know?
I only fight.
Yeah.
Like the idea of ghosts having to constantly deal with phase spiders
Oh, God.
That's another
'Cause-
one because
because they live in the ethereal.
Yeah, they cross
That
and
was
bump
something
into each
else.
other.
I thought would be like a cool input for a ghost is somebody that gets like the ability to look into the ethereal plane. As soon as they look into it, because ghosts can just be there. It's like the thought of like a ghost is there and somebody suddenly like trying to interact with it, having it just go, wait, you can see me? Like, what the fuck?
That's the movie Paranorman,
Oh yeah.
where he just like struggles with, oh, I can always see all dead people all the time.
I still need to see that.
That's kind of a fun concept.
Yeah,
It's
just
not bad.
Paranorman
It's really not bad.
yeah, just to wrap
No, it was
up
fun.
my
I loved it.
my thing was, so like in the right before graduation, they realize what had happened to him. When they confront him on it, it hits him all at once. There's like, oh, I've been dead this whole time, and he just fades away. Then once the lich shows back up, they confront him at the burned dorm, and they all have a final fight there. Where
I love the idea. Oh, I'm sorry. But just like a ghost where it thinks its business is finished, so it ascends and goes to heaven. And then it turns out that it's not finished, and they come back and they're like, "You motherfucker!"
yeah.
Back for seconds.
Yeah.
You fucking...
So yeah, it was a fun thing. I think I told y'all my concept of a legion I had, where where basically it's a collection of spirits that all died in like a mass casualty event.
Oh, uh-huh.
So they had to basically fight like this of the remains of this lich, like in this kind of like destroyed body form, and like the spirits of his former classmates with him, and he's the only one that kind of kept his sanity. So once he was able to successfully exorcise his classmates, they let him like finally just like walk across the stage and graduate. Then he was finally able to move on.
I like that.
Yeah, it was
fucking awesome.
It was a cool thing, and he ended up becoming the patron for the warlock in the party.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I was really happy with that story. I really liked it because it actually sent the whole party. Oh, sorry.
Something about the class. Oh, I was going to say something about the classroom thing made me think of. Do you know what a skull lord is?
Yeah, I love them so much.
Fucking awesome. Like I love the background thing was literally just like I think it was literally a product of a guy was in a class and he sacrificed a bunch of people to like become a skull lord at one point. And it like I think it was trying to be a lich and it backfired and he got like attached to like fucking two dudes that he hated.
That's great. We actually did that to that party as well around that time. They how the lich tried to deal with him is he sent them to the Shadowfell, and I just have a skull lord basically ruling the Shadowfell. So I had the skull lord was possessing a random ghost to talk to him, like not random skeletons to talk to him, and the whole time it's a different personality trying to win him on their side. That's how the skulls were playing against each other.
Ah, that's cool. Actually, I like that.
Yeah,
I like the idea of having the skulls like plotting against each other in some sort of way of like.
Oh yeah,
they're...
we need to do a whole episode of Skull Lords. Let's
Yeah, I feel like it would be a good combo episode of like Lich and Skull Lords, or actually Lich variants, or Lich fuck ups would be like a good.
Yeah, there's Bone Devils, I think they're called.
Yeah,
Bone
the
Lords.
Bone Claw.
Yeah,
Bone Claw.
Bone Claw. Thank you.
Yeah.
Bone Claw, and then there's the fucking flaming. There's like the skull one.
Flame Skull.
Flaming Skull,
Demi
Demi-Lich. Yeah, there's a few options. But yeah, I'd say that we should probably give our rating now. We've
I
gone
give
over with 15 different.
I'd give Phantoms. I'll give them a 4. I'll give them a 4 out of 5 because I think they have. There's a lot you could do with them, for sure. They can range in a lot there because it is a vague thing of just like this is just a person, but they're like a lingering ghost.
Yeah.
So I could even see situations where like if you want to really ramp them up, you could have a wraith situation of just like, oh, it's a spellcaster that's been turned into a ghost, but he fucking still has his spell casting abilities. It's almost like they become like a low tier lich.
Yeah. I would give all like spectral, semi-sentient undead a pretty solid 5 because they're as diverse as a person, a character, adventurer, anyone, anything can be. The hook is that their story has already been told. It's already happened. So they're really good lore dumps. They're really good set pieces. There's an endless amount of stuff you can do with wraiths, phantoms, undead. Anything that is incomplete and sticking around, that is the definition of an adventure hook.
So I'm doing a 4.5, and the only reason for it is my only negative I can think of is there's too much overlap between all of them except Banshee, where there's an argument where it could be any one of these things nearly. Like or a Revenant or a White, or just, it feels like the line's not clear enough for me, and that's the only point I can take against them. But like, cause still I have a hard time kind of understanding why is a shadow different than a ghost if it's still considered undead, you know?
There's a draw.
I think
too
the
many
reason I'm
vultures,
at a
too many
4 is mostly off of I
vibes.
find it difficult to find a good spot for them to show up, just because it's like usually it's best. I feel like they'd hit the hardest at low levels, but also if I want to use their full like utility, I would feel afraid to show them to parties because some of their stuff is really fucking hard hitting. Like, I think of the horrifying visage thing. I'm like, dude, imagine you just started and it's like, oh, there's phantoms here. You're 40 years old now. You're 40. You're 80, dude.
The worst
You're 80
fate.
now. You're old as fuck.
Yeah.
Dude, go back home to your family, bro.
Where's your wife? I do
Where's
like
your
that.
fucking wife, dude?
I do like that. They're a perfect Tucker's Kobold situation where they can be a threat to any party as smart as you play them. Like, I had a party do that where they were just had a Scooby-Doo chase where it was all specters fighting a level 10 party. So like, oh, these things are weak. We can handle these easily. But they kept going through walls, slapping them, going back through the walls. They can't opportunity attack them because it's a solid wall in front of them. So they're having to run into doors, deal with whatever's in the room, potential trap or whatever, try and chase down a ghost. The ghost is running through doors. So I was really taking full advantage of their freedom of movement where they're having to deal with hit and run tactics, be really smart, just whack-a-mole them through the walls. It was a fun thing.
Yeah, no, that's... I could definitely see that. That'd be a fucking sick-ass situation to, like, set up.
Yeah, so, like I said, that's the only thing I can think of as a negative, that I wish the line was a little more clearly drawn. Like, they're all unique and fun in their own way, but at the same time, I can see a lot of overlap where it just comes down to whatever flavor you want them to be, which is cool, but it also feels kind of a throwaway to me as well, of just like there should be a little more defined reason of why they're separate.
Fuck with it.
I talk too much. I'm sorry, fellas.
Oh no, you're good. It's like, if anything, I'm like kind of thinking on that because it's something of, part of me says yes, but other part of me is like, I think there's something really nice in the fact that there's a lot of kind of unknowns, because it's good, especially for situations like this. I think to keep it fantastical, it's kind of good to have gray areas on certain stuff.
Yeah, it's fair. I definitely see both sides of it. I'm not going to fault them for diversity, but like I said, just wish it was a little clearer draw.
That there was
There's
a clear
also-
line between everything. Yeah.
There's also like
They're all good.
They all good.
there's because like there is like one other way that you could turn into like a ghost is like if your parents build a strange machine.
We're wrapping there, boys. Good.
Don't any pain of blues, just